I'm Dillon from the High Voltage Couch Bananas, and today we'll be talking about the allowable motors and sensors for your FLL season. Starting with the motors, we have an EV3 Large motor, an NXT Large motor, an EV3 medium motor. We have a duck with a chicken on his back, don't know how that got there. We have an EV3 ultrasonic sensor, an EV3 color sensor, an EV3 gyroscopic sensor, and an EV3 touch. There, of course, are also the RCX and NXT counterparts for our sensors. Starting with our two large motors, this is the EV3 as I said, and this is the NXT. The major difference with these is that they have different mounting points on the back. As you can see, this has top and bottom mounting points, while this one only has bottom mounting points. Also, the motor heads, or the connections to the attachments for the EV3 drop a unit, while on the NXT, it's flush with the rest of the motor. Next, we have our medium motor for the EV3 kit. This is higher speed but lower torque, whereas these are slower speed and more torque. Moving on to sensors, we have our ultrasonic. This is typically used to measure distance. Just make sure that you have a clear path and nothing in the way, or else this won't get the correct reading. Then we have the EV3 color sensor. You can use this to detect color on your mat or to follow lines. Typically, you want to keep your color sensor at least 1 unit or 1.5 unit off the mat for the best reading. Now we have the EV3 gyroscopic sensor. You can use this to measure angles. Just make sure that it's on the correct plane, because if it's up like this, it's going to be measuring the up-down plane, but if it's sitting face up, it'll measure left and right. Finally, we have our EV3 touch sensor. This can be used to, basically when it touches something, it sends that information to the robot, and you can have it do whatever you want then. One more note on our color sensor. As I said, this is a multifunctional sensor, so you have reflected light intensity, ambient light, and color. Color does not need to be calibrated, where reflected light intensity does need to be calibrated to get a high and a low value. And you need to do this every time for every different light circumstance at a competition. That's it for this bootcamp video. Thank you, and tune in next time.